person, if you have not already, go ahead and make sure you have your combat ships claimed. And we're going to be doing a party launch here as soon as everyone is roughly established. So today's practice is going to be the start of what I'm going to call the doctrine or the event. In prior years, if you recall, we had the sort of wolf pack where everyone was sort of roaming and kind of doing their own thing. And then if a target was called, it was usually up to one or two people to try to segregate units to go over and deal with that threat, while the rest of the pack sort of stayed and guarded everyone else. But that fell apart when we had multiple units attacking. This year, I'm going to try to structure things much better. We're going to set up checkpoints along the race track where people are in charge of covering just that section. What does that mean? All of you guys are going to be segregated into squads, and then that squad is going to be overseen by a platoon lead. It's going to be up to the platoon lead to make the calls like I was making last time if you were here for that training, where I was saying, Squad 1, deal with this, Squad 2, deal with that, Squad 2, hang back, etc., etc., etc. And then as the racers go past that checkpoint, you're going to move further down the track, and you're basically going to play leapfrog across that track. There is going to be some things that I need to test and see how viable it is, mainly as the racers start to spread out, how viable is it to have that strategy. But with the unknown server counts this year, it might just be something that we have to deal with. I have a meeting with Corsair to go over the specifics next week. If something drastic comes up, I will address it then. But for right now, this is my plan. In addition, I'm going to, after this practice, I'm going to open up the ship request channel. So anyone who does not have a viable combat ship, be that a Hornet Mark II, be that a Gladius, be that a Buccaneer, Cuddy Blue, whatever we have in the ship request channel, the recommended ship loadout channel. If you don't have one of those, then let me know, and I'll get you some funds. We have a little over 110 million right now in org funds. We've been grinding pretty hard, and a lot of people have made some very gracious donations. So we can start getting things more organized. I want to stress that I would very much like each squad to have one Cuddy Blue. Having the ability to set out the quantum entanglement drive, or whatever you want to call it, that will force people into SCM speeds is going to be very, very important. If we can cast a big enough net with that, it's going to give us a huge edge on anyone who's trying to ram at high speeds with something like a Razor. And that's why we want the Cuddy Blue. A lot of people have asked about the Mantis. I'm just going to say the Mantis isn't a bad option, except I don't like how fragile it is. I've had too many operations completely ruined because someone got a lucky shot off, or the server wasn't behaving and a missile hit me and I lost an engine. And you can lose an engine on the Mantis super quick, and as soon as you do, you're done. That Mantis is completely uncontrollable and you're out of the fight. The Cuddy Blue is a lot tankier. It's not quite as fast, but it's fast enough to be able to provide that coverage. It has a good missile loadout, and that's why I'm going with it for this year's rally.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle
Any questions so far?
Antares?
The Antares is a manpower issue. If the Antares had an additional turret, I would say go for it, but simply because the only thing that Copilot is doing is pressing the button, I don't like the distribution of manpower there. And I don't like the EMP on it either, because you're more likely to hit a whole bunch of friendlies rather than the actual target. So
They can manage power.
Yeah, well, I can throw a rock at someone and see how well that happens too, and how well that works. But yeah,
I have a question. At the last year, Griefernet, especially Mammons, attacked us with bigger ships because they came not through with normal fighters. So they took A2 or M2, something like that, big ships, hard to kill with normal fighters. Any ideas what we will bring for these bigger ships?
Well, I have two ideas currently. The original idea was to have a dedicated group of Ares Infernos that were specifically on hand to deal with those threats. But now the Polaris is in. We've been doing a lot of testing, and I need to see how well those torpedoes track, how well they can be flared, if they just hit the ground, or how fast they are, because they are pretty slow. I would like all platoon leads to be in a Polaris because the radar on that ship is fantastic. We were able to track targets up to 20 kilometers or more, depending on what they were. And stealth targets, we were able to see anywhere from the ballpark of 2 to 3 kilometers, and that's with full stealth loadouts and things like that. So, if we have enough Polarises, then my hope is that we can deal with big threats, but it requires testing. If that fails, then we go back to the Infernos.
I would say the problem would probably be manning more than the actual number of Polarises.
If they're bringing in the scanner plate for the Polaris, is that going to affect like ships like the Tracker and Terrapin? That maybe other options to get larger scan area without manpower investment?
Well, that's what I'm looking into. But if the Polaris offers the radar along with the kill potential of those torpedoes and the ability to shield racers with the PDC net, I see that as a viable option. But again, it's not something that I'm just going to make a decision on right away. I want to do a lot of testing to make sure it's actually worth the manpower, because you're right. It is going to take a lot of manpower. But there's already going to be responsibility of the platoon lead to manage a lot of people, and in the past we had a lot of situations where people were trying to fight while also being the sort of lead position, and what ultimately ended up happening is that the comms broke down. So putting someone in a Polaris and say sit in the commander's seat so you can just focus on giving commands is another benefit of that ship. But I don't want people thinking I'm just trying to force the Polaris into a role simply because it's the new big shiny ship. I really do think there's some potential there for it to be a valuable asset to the security team.
Well, I got it right now. It kind of cracked as well. At least in the
Right.
view.
If you're gonna do point stuff, you might want to consider the stationing some listeners or something like that for big boom effect.
Maybe.
I got one question for you, because as Fries mentioned, last year, after we basically shot the Mammon guys down a couple of times, they weren't trying to fight us anymore. Basically what they were doing is they were taking A2s and they were suicide diving the drivers, basically. And since the thing is you can't, now it's made even easier enough because you just stay in nav mode. You know, you're fast enough, and the question, like you said, is whether your torpedo that goes 200 meters a second can outrun something that goes 600 meters a second for a suicide dive. So a question that came up last year, I just want to put it out here in front of you guys, is it still on the table that if we identify griefers that are just suicide diving, to basically ram them straight at Grimhex in order to prevent that? Because we lost a lot of drivers last year just because of the suicide diving.
I was approached by community members from CIG last year, and the conversation that happened there was that we have to adhere to TOS, and the ramming is something that they consider a breach of TOS if you ram them at stations. But like Glass just said, that's the big reason why I'm really focusing on having every squad, and I really mean that, every single squad should have a Cuddy Blue. Because with that net, you force a target to stay at SCM speeds. They cannot go faster than SCM speeds.
It's just the range is not, because last year the problems we faced also, as you know, that we were the whole field was so drawn out over like 200 kilometers, so we basically had 2 ships per driver, and that it's, if you're sitting in 2 fighters, you can't take something like a big A2 that's suicide diving out fast enough. You know what I mean? It's like,
right, you're right.
That's the thing.
That's very much something that I'm worried about, but my hope and concern at the same time is that the increased player counts will allow us to have more security to cover that gap. But again, it's hard for me to tell. When they were doing the server meshing test, they went all the way up to 2,000. Right now, we're in 4.0. They have like 250 per servers. I don't know what the ultimate count is going to be for the live. If they have higher numbers, we're going to be able to have more security. We can spread out more and have a better effective net. If not, then we have to play it by ear. There's a lot of tough questions for sure.
Another hint, we made some tests with the Polaris, and he needs a bit of love, because right now you only need 1 Ares and 40 seconds to kill her. So right now the Polaris is not strong enough or hard enough to be a command ship. I understand the strong radar is a positive effect, but if you can kill a Polaris so fast, it's maybe a bit tricky. I hope CIG will fix it, but right now the Polaris is not so strong.
When you say you need one, I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said. You need 1 Argos. Is that a size 9?
1 Ares.
Ares? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. So that was something that I was wondering as well. But the idea is that the Polaris isn't isolated. It's near its squad, right? So you have platoon is roughly 4 squads, depending on some individual orgs and their setup. So if the Polaris is attacked, then the idea that the platoon lead would have some squads come and defend it. And with the squads coming in and running interference and rotating shield faces and whatnot, again, this is why I want to test. I think there is a possibility of the Polaris being strong, assuming it's properly supported. That's one of the things that I find a lot of these tests don't have, is that the Polaris is just by itself. And in which case, I totally agree. It's woefully under tasked for defending itself.
Like, if people want to focus them down, it doesn't really matter what we do to try to intercept, though. And with it being like such a high crew requirement and a high claim time, it, to me, seems like a little bit of a liability.
Well, I understand, and again, I don't want to.
It's also really early. It's only in PTU. It's not even in live, and we have like what 2 or 3 patches before the race starts. A lot can change.
Like
it is far too early to be drawing these hard conclusions that it is completely useless when it already has great uses.
Right. Like I said, I don't want people thinking that I'm absolutely open to the idea of not using the Polaris. Let me make that very clear. I am simply saying this is a cool new thing. It has the PDCs. It has that radar. I think there's great potential for it, but if it stays as it is in the PTU, then yeah, it's going to cause some problems. I want to do some testing, and those testings will take place over the next couple of weeks, potentially next month. And if it turns out not to be a good option, then we won't use it. If it turns out to be a decent option, then we'll talk about it. That's all I'm saying. That's where it's at for right now. Okay. Who is not ready for a invite to the party so we can launch? Great. If you have not done so, please send me, Nargajvog, a friend request in-game. I just spelled it exactly as it is in Discord. And I am going to go down the list from the top of the Discord, sending out invites.
I'm coming in a little bit late, so I don't think
I'm just getting landed at Seraphim Station. I'll be there in a second.
Okay, no worries.
Nargo, did you clear the friends list from last year? Do I need to refriend you if I did last year?
I cleared a lot of friends lists, so yes. If you don't see me, then please feel free to re-add me.
Very good.
I had issues where whenever I pressed F11, my game would almost crash because I had so many friends. So yes, I absolutely slimmed that down a bit.
Must be nice being so popular.
That's what we'll call it.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start sending invites. Ulf, don't see you online.
Yeah, the patch downloaded the P2 crashed my game out, so I can't get in to
You're fine, no worries. Dex, don't see you online. Useless, invited. Van, invited.
Nargo, this
Steve
is
still needs
Dynasty.
a party invite.
Once
Stand by.
He's going in order.
Once you got me in there, if you want to just pass me lead, I can get the SCI folks in, and I'll just pass it right back.
Sure, that's fine. Zane, invited. Geekon, invited. Nightshade, invited. Cannon, are you not online?
Yep. No, I'm here. It's abbreviated CPT canon.
That's right. Do me a favor, change your nickname in Discord to match your in-game name. That'll help me a lot in the future.
I can play the other account too.
Whichever, just so I know who to send the invite to.
Yep, no problem.
All right, Figgy, you're invited. Snow, invited. Ghost, invited.
Received.
Dyer, invited.
Nargo,
Or I
Snow
don't see
did
you
not
online.
receive.
Sent again, Snow.
Thank you.
Dread, don't see you online. Or don't have you added. I apologize in advance for the butchering that's about to happen of your names. Ewangler, invited. Felipe, invited. Price.
Check.
General Tic Tac.
Check.
Harry. Kage, I do not have you added. Lucifer, invited.
Just a second, since we've had two people comment on it. If you're going through the SRS info, the profile setter for SRS, which is a third-party tool, is flagged by your malware detectors. As far as I'm aware, and I have been reinsured, that basically all the DCS community uses this if they want profiles for SRS. So yes, you will get a flag on your malware when you download the profiles thing. I have added, and if you already have SRS installed, there is a profiles only option that you can download.
Thank you very much.
But
No,
those are much harder to use if you
All right,
don't
well,
have
let's
that
touch on that later here. Let me get everyone in the party. Rob, I sent you an invite. Bexus, I don't have you added.
Nagashoka, I changed my nickname in Discord like I am in game. It's an underscore between every letter.
Gotcha. Dread, you're added. TV, you're added. Dynasty, added.
Yep.
Razx, added. Rebound.
Received.
Cowboy.
Got it.
Steve.
Copy.
Corgis, I don't see you. Darkness.
Got it.
Archer.
Got it.
Last, I don't see you. Alias.
I'm not set up. I'll join late.
Roger. Okay.
Can you try again?
Negative. Just not seeing anything. Send me another friend request. If you did not get an invite, please go to the side chat of this voice channel and ping me, so I know who to add.
I just added. All
Added Corgis. Going once. Going twice. Bex. Okay. Bex, please add me as a friend. I don't see you. Bex, I sent you a friend request. Invited. Bex, did you get the party invite? Okay, moving on. Anyone other than Bex, not in the party that needs to be?
Death Cricket.
Cricket. Do not see you online. Add me as a friend, please.
This is weird. Shouldn't be my friend already.
How nice would be it? Would there? How much would the feature of a suggested invite be? You know, it's like if someone's in the group, they should suggest, "Hey, invite this guy."
Agreed. Would be very handy.
Clearly too hard to implement.
Clearly.
Could Bex get an invite one more time, please?
Invited.
OPSEC would be a disaster in that case.
Well, I mean, it would still be up to the party leader to accept it, right?
Okay. Looks like we're all in the party. That's 35 of us. Brilliant. Okay, going one more time. Who is not in the party that needs to be?
I'll need to get the party lead so I can get the racers in too.
Was that you, Figgy?
Yes, sir.
All right, party lead is yours.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we launch, let's go over protocol. As soon as we jump in, go ahead and spawn your ships and go to Shubin Mining SCD-1. That's the starting place. That's where the races will be. This time what I would like everyone to do, once we have the squads formed up, I'm going to have you guys scan as many people as you possibly can. We're going to try to be systematic about it so that it's quick. The way scanning has worked is that's been really the only way to identify people. Once we have that done, then we're going to go ahead and start. As soon as we launch, I'm going to have you guys break off into your squads. If you haven't used it before, if you look further down in our Discord, we have the hub where you can make your own channel, your voice channel. It says hub-join to create. If you are a squad lead, you're going to be in SRS. If you are not a squad lead, you can be in SRS, but unlike last time, I'm going to ask that you don't talk in SRS because there was a lot of chatter going on, which kind of defeated the whole purpose of using it in the first place. There's enough people here where we might actually have a platoon lead, meaning that one person is going to be in charge of multiple squads, and we'll go from there. I'm going to, once you guys join your Discord channels, I'm going to go down and I'm going to assign you frequencies in SRS so that we can get started. Any questions on that?
One hint only. There's a faster way to identify the pilots, not to scan. You can activate on one MFD the communication, and the target you pinned is the first name on the list of communication MFD. So you can see the name of the pilot you have in your target log.
Oh.
It's faster than scanning.
Good to know. Good tips. Thank you, sir. How's it coming along, Figgy?
I'm waiting for one more guy to accept.
Give him 10 seconds. If he doesn't get back, have him join afterwards.
Roger. All right, he's in. Handing it back.
Roger that.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I'm going to drop back to the racing channel, and I'll be on that 43.100.
Roger that. Thank you. All right, we're launching. Okay. I do believe we have got ourselves a new server here. It's spooling it up for us. So at this time, go ahead and break off into your squads. Go ahead and join the Discord hub to create your voice channels.
I'll probably jump in with BDF.
Sounds good.
Cricket, you want to make the channel?
Are you going squads by org, or how's this working?
I have no idea.
I don't know where my squad.
Yeah, I don't know how the squads are working now.
Yeah.
Squads are going to be comprised of 5 ships. How many people you need to crew those 5 ships. But by org is going to be the default.
Hey.
So General Impacts is maximum accounts.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I need to create information on that. If you open up the chat in that channel, you can increase your limit. But for right now, let me just go ahead. There you go. Impex should have more room now.
Thank you.
Can we get some more room in SCI as well, if possible?
Who created that channel?
I did, Dynasty.
Dynasty?
Sir.
Okay, Dynasty, if you open up that channel,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find the command. 1 second.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle
It's /voice-limit, and then you can add the number. I'll put it in this side chat here so you guys can see what it looks like.
Okay. All right, SCI, I'm gonna make that change, and then you guys can pop in.
Gotcha.
hey, Darkness, you can drop down whenever you're ready.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right.
Maybe getting everyone else.
Oh, are
They
we?
had beauty spots, so
If the elevators and start.
clogged right now. Yeah.
All right.
Just because there's like 5 people trying to do different things. So.
Yeah, I put my stuff at Grimax.
It broke it ever since also.
I'm gonna pop up and just figure out what's going on with the SRS. I'll be back.
Oh my god, there's so many hangars here.
These elevators.
Rebound small hangar. Take me to rebound small hangar.
What's the mining outpost we're going to?
SCD-1.
I can't get an elevator to take me yet.
Yeah, mine either.
I'm glad by myself at Grimax.
Alright, Nargo's gonna pop by and assign us a frequency. So basically, when he pops...
Elevator's not functioning.
Oh, that's good. That's exciting. When he gets here, we will... anybody who has SRS set up already can feel free to join the command chat. That way you can get the orders directly and we won't have to repeat them to you. If you don't have SRS already set up, just ping me on Discord and we'll get you onboarded immediately after this event.
Which channel of SRS should I join?
Toggle AWACS.
Like,
What's
the
our oh shit, I don't have any of the channels.
Yeah, so the
Toggle
channels,
client list?
Yeah, the channels will be assigned to us shortly. Right now, it doesn't matter what channels you're in.
Well, it just shows unknown on every one of them.
Oh, that's you gotta connect external AWACS mode right underneath your name.
There we go. Awesome.
Well, look at all these people. So many heads.
I'm going back to Orison.
I will be amazed if Seraphim can handle this.
Yeah. Well, Seraphim's handling it well so far.
Here's hoping it.
I'm at
keeps
I'm
up.
place 4 in the queue.
Nice. I suppose I'll take this elevator. So many names. There I am, at the bottom. Almost. Cheese at the very bottom.
I'm already outside the station.
Yeah,
I'm Q on the gate.
I have a couple fighters in deliverable state. I'm gonna leave them in deliverable rather than storing them here.
I'm back. Alright, we're meeting at SCD-1, they said?
That's
Correct.
right, yep.
Beautiful.
And so the initial route is going to be SCD-1 to Eager Flats. He's undoubtedly going to... I don't know if he's going to choose us or BDF again for Op 4. But...
We'd be a pretty big Op 4.
We'd be an awesome Op 4, guys. I would really love that, but... You know... They say lightning doesn't usually strike twice in the same location.
So many people at the ASOP terminals.
I love how big we are.
Yeah, we're doing
With our
great.
presence here today, we're doing great, guys. I am very proud of this.
Hell yeah.
There's actually only one other org with a higher turnout.
MPEX?
Yep.
Yeah, they're a
No,
European
only
org, it looks like.
here only by one, if my count's
Yeah.
right.
They're 10, we're 9.
Holy hanger list, dude.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So before we get started, comms in here in Discord are gonna be, for the most part, free. We'll call it Rebounder I. We'll call it if comms need to clear up. But for the most part, feel free to discuss tactical information as you feel is necessary. Try to use callouts including your name, if possible. Like Nargo said, try to get as many scans off as you can, so that way as you're tabbing through people, you can see their names pop up. whether they're in our squad or not. It's just the more information, the better.
I'm not getting any quantum points.
And then we're also going to have the SRS comms coming in from Nargo directly and anybody else in charge of command. Those will come in directly through SRS.
Oh, my hangar just opened up, so it's my turn.
Does everybody have, actually, because I think we may have a little bit of time while everybody's getting oriented here. Does anybody need help setting up SRS?
I've got it set up and I'm logged in and everything, and I see all these different channels on the AWACS panel, but I've never heard any transmissions yet, so I'm not sure if it's working properly or if I need to connect further once I'm in the server.
You can tell that it's working correctly if the channels are green text. If they're red text, then you're not connected entirely. There's 2 connect buttons. You have to click them both. Should be connect right under the server name, and then also at the very bottom underneath your name, there should be connect external AWACS mode.
Yeah, I did both of them.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you have green text, then you're good to go.
Don't want.
No. Also, there's a slider on the AWACS panel at the bottom that it doesn't have any names on it, but like the longer slider, that's actually a transparency slider. So if you slide that down, then it'll make it a little bit less intrusive to your screen.
Okay, that's why I'm not getting quantum points, because it's a new server.
Am I connecting to this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we just don't have a channel.
There's no reason. Yeah, exactly. So when he pops down, he'll give us the command channel, and then he'll give us our squad channel. So the squad lead and platoon leads will broadcast into the squad channel when we need to communicate, and he'll actually be concurrently connected to every squad's individual channels, so he can see where those comms are coming from without having to memorize voices or names.
Gotcha.
So he'll just see it lighting up and go, okay, that's squad XYZ talking to me. But we're not actually going to have any internal comms on our squad channel. So it should be the squad leads and platoon leads only communicating through SRS. But you guys will be receiving callouts through SRS from Nargo and team.
No way my hangar opened first go. That's beautiful.
Is anybody recording?
No.
Negative.
I am.
Right on.
Yeah, my quantum doesn't work.
I'm just trying to make my way to Daymar.
Yeah, I'm at it right now. If you could see my name.
Yeah, that and the mountain of other names.
There's only 3 people here currently.
Yeah, but when you're flying over there, you see 30 of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm glad I set my stuff at Grimhex, because it was just me there.
So,
okay, smart.
As we get rolling, we will need to identify some comms officers, which essentially will be individuals who are just like constantly scanning and identifying people that are friends and foes and calling that out. It'll be a much lesser combat role than more like a coordination role. So if you feel like you would like to do that, or you think you'd be good for that sort of role,
What the fuck?
Ping me on the side and let me know.
I'm quantuming backwards, guys.
Yeah, you can't quantum at people. Stop the quantum, it's gonna kill you. You can only quantum at people if you're kind of close to them, or else that happens.
My ship's glued to the hangar floor. I can't launch. Any workaround?
Pull it back, maybe?
Yeah,
you cycle power on your engines and ship. That usually works for me.
Yeah, try it again.
Store and repull.
Yeah, I'll have to try that. Last time that didn't work either. Let's hope.
Sick. I like can't quantum over there.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm having issues getting a quantum marker set up, so.
Same. So what if we just go straight to Daymar?
I'm trying.
Yeah, I can't get to
even a
Daymar
route to
either.
Daymar isn't. Okay.
No, negative.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I got it. Nope. Let's see if I can get one to pop.
I actually have 0 orbital markers.
Okay. If you know where to point and you have Daymar set, you could go.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. I'm also at
So you
the
just need
mining
to
facility
locate
as
Daymar
well.
by eye.
Well, it's
I
all the
just
people
got here
now.
now.
But it doesn't even like actually route to Daymar.
No, like you need to know where a Daymar is. You need to point towards it.
Yeah.
Route to Daymar using your map, and then
shit, there we go.
Yeah.
The point's not there. You just kind of have to just aim that direction and let it charge.
I'm heading to Shubin now.
Yeah, I'm at it right now.
I'm at
Granted, I
Shubin. If
can't
you see
it,
my
but I'm
marker, yeah,
close
I'll
to
see
it.
your marker with all the other blue markers on top of it.
Right. Do you have to do the same thing where you have to mark Shubin, or can you jump to people?
Yep, same. You got no mark Shubin, or else
You
you'll
can mark
probably
if
go through the
if you're at
planet.
Daymar, then you can jump to someone else that's at it. I'm flying around it right now, just cruising.
I'm heading to Shubin now.
Same. Would be really nice if we got to keep name markers at closer ranges.
Agreed.
Alright, recolor my ship didn't work. I'm gonna relog, see if that helps.
Copy.
I'm stuck in a quantum jump into nowhere.
Turn your power all off.
What's everybody flying today?
Inferno.
Just go down
Hornet.
the list from the top here.
Hornet Mark 2. A.
Okay. Bex, what are you flying?
I'm in
You're
an
bringing an
F7.
Inferno?
See?
I did.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
Is it on the list?
F7A.
It is.
Hornet Mark 2.
Okay.
Okay, so Bex, you're F7. Chi, what are you?
Cutlass blue.
Cutlass blue. Raz?
F8.
F8. Rebound. F8.
F8.
F7.
F7A.
And Rootin?
F7.
Steve?
Inferno.
Corgis?
F8.
Darkness?
F7A.
All right, we're gonna rendezvous on Chi, who is the Cutlass Blue.
I am not there yet. I cannot get a block.
Once
That was fucking
Chi
close.
arrives, we'll rendezvous on Chi.
There's a lot of
This is
issues with the server at the moment.
All right.
I lost
Really,
all
my
my
server
party
takes
points?
time to start up.
I just got elevator update.
I see Dynasty. I'm heading for him.
All right.
Oh, he disappeared. Oh, he reappeared. I think that's you. Are you in a Gladius?
I'm an F7.
Oh, yep, there you are. You got a target lock?
No, I don't, but I'm sure.
Weird. Yeah, I'm like
I'm
5K
sure that's
off.
just.
4K. Someone just flying below us as well? Who's that?
Don't forget to
That's an
guys,
F8?
set all of your. It's probably Raz.
I'm
I'm
gonna set my
shooting.
MFD as well.
Yeah, set your
Oh,
MFDs.
you can see quantum
set your
points now.
power.
I crashed out.
It seems fueling is starting to work again, so.
Yeah, the server's finally starting up.
Okay, I'm here.
I'm up at him. Hey, Nargo.
Hey guys. So I'm going to put this in your guys' side chat here. Your guys' squad frequency is 42.110.
42.110. Got it.
Copy.
And remember, command frequency is 42.957.
Thank you.
I don't know what that.
That is the channel that I'm going to be using to talking to all squads all at the same time.
Gotcha.
So if you have one of your radios set to that frequency, that's where you'll hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
Why
I have
are
to-
two of
I'm gonna have to really log. I'm back in the station.
Putting that in the chat there, Dynasty.
Oh yeah.
The numbers. The numbers, Mason. The numbers.
The numbers.
What do they
There you go.
mean? What do they mean?
So yeah. We are 42.110. Command will be 42.957. Remember to hit enter after you type those numbers to actually
What is
connect
ours?
to the channel. We are 42.110.
Lovely.
Command is 42.957.
42957.
Yep. I get a little head count, fortunately, so I can see that we've got 5 people in. Means we
5
are
people in our
4
chat.
shy. Yep, we've got 4 people shy. Which actually
Comms test?
should probably be 10. I did not hear you.
Comms check.
Did not hear you.
Check.
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 In 42.1. Oh, I'm in 42.100.
Oh, I have to change my push to talk, or I'm gonna get out of the ship.
So you
Comm
guys
check.
actually won't be communicating in SRS. That's more for listening.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I've just got both channels up so I can hear them.
Roger.
How do I join a channel?
So do you have the AWACS panel up?
Mhm.
All right. Are the channels green?
Mhm.
Okay. So on the top left, go ahead and type 42.957. And then on the second panel, the one just to the right of that, type 42.110 and then hit enter.
My God, there's a lot of pips over here.
So many, yeah.
So which one that I need to click the green light?
The green light, you actually won't be broadcasting, so it won't matter.
All right.
The green light just indicates which, and just for your edification, the green light indicates which channel your push to talk button, your natural push to talk button, is going to broadcast to. There's also expanded features that allow you to bind specific push to talk buttons to various different channels, but we don't have to get into that now. All that matters is that you're connected to those channels and that you're able to receive the commands from above.
All right.
And I recommend, like I said, putting command in slot 1 and then putting squad in slot 2 just so that you know right away where comms are coming from.
And that is pretty much what the server's gonna be at some point, everywhere you go.
Yeah. I imagine that's why they're getting rid of all the names, but I really hope they make it easier to identify people.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of F7s. Weary of that. Connie down there. Last time it was Grief for Net. Those in the Connie kind of babysitting our event, and then at the end, things popped off. So. Okay.
That's the last time someone in GrieferNet was actually here.
Online. Takeoff complete.
Who?
Nargo, who are we supposed to be engaging?
Target is a Connie Taurus constellation.
Is it?
Affirmative. One passenger, 8Q0Q8. Write that down somewhere.
8Q0Q8.
Affirm. Can you relay that name just so that we're aware if they change ships?
Okay.
Are they on the ground?
Name of that ship is 8Q0Q8.
Are they landed? I don't know. Oh yeah,
Yep,
I see them.
they're landed.
This would be a terrifying sight for anybody, though.
Imagine like you doing mining. Oh,
Bro comes to run
trading.
some gold and runs into
Yep.
a bajillion F7s.
I still can't get off the ground. This is
I hope I
unbelievable.
don't fly into somebody by accident.
Looking at that dude's account,
That's my biggest fear.
I just get an error.
That can you also write down another name for me?
What up?
Snake, PLISSKEN 999. That is what the C2 is in. I don't know if the C2 is the racers or not.
Racers, yep.
Copy.
Be wary of A2s. Very for net likes those.
The thing is, the Connie landed. The guy's still on the Connie. It's saying cargo passenger 1 is Connie 8Q0Q8. So, be advised. I'm just gonna set her down on the ground to conserve fuel.
Good idea.
Another BDF member just joined.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Here, back 1 second.
Copy.
Just FYI, the game ate my F7, so I'm flying back in my Scorpius.
Copy that.
180. What's opposite 180?
60.
360, brother. Or 0.
Okay. Mic check.
Michael check.
Engines offline.
I hear gun shooting for some reason.
Yeah, stand by. Who's shooting?
I don't know.
Do we have eyes on who's shooting?
The person, it has to be a person on the ground. That's not a ship gun sound.
Fuck. Wrong hole.
The server is eating me alive.
Hopefully not.
Has brought an NPC to Shubin. He shoots with a rifle at people on the ground.
So I'm roughly bearing 300 from actual SCD1, flashing my lights. Do you guys see me?
Yeah,
You said you flashing your lights?
I see
Correct.
you.
What's
Roughly
your
behind you.
order
bearing
direction?
300 from SCD1, flashing my lights at SCD1.
I'm on your right.
Why don't I have compass directions?
We both flashing our
Because
lights over here.
they're so small. That's why you're at 300.
Roughly 300 from SCD1.
What ship are you in?
F7.
I see you. Copy.
I'm also in an Inferno behind him, and there's an F8 between us.
Okay, they brought a few NPCs.
Somebody
It had to have been
in
that Connie
Cutlass.
that did it.
100% was that Connie that did it.
You say that's Chibi's cutlass?
Mhm.
Very
Okay,
nice.
I'm
I know
gonna-
nothing about the Cuddy Blue.
Who's on the F8 with their lights on the ground?
Oh, yeah. Who is that? Behind us?
Yeah, like
It's kinda
behind and
doing
below
a
it.
loitering here.
Hello, yeah.
Direwolf. It's Direwolf.
I'm currently just blocking off sight from the people on the ground to the people that's just trying to get their vehicles.
I'm just gonna set her down for now until we get further instructions.
Yeah, that works.
Y'all can see me on the ground below you.
I just landed straight down below where we were.
Okay, I see you guys. I see y'all landing. I'll come over to your location.
Does my ship have police lights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cuddy
Yeah,
Blue
that's why
life.
you're our beacon right now.
I see. Okay, I'll just keep those.
Yeah, I think you're the only one in a cuddy, so
It's a shame you can't activate those separately from your headlights.
everybody park around the cuddy.
Okay.
I guess all the racers have their vehicles already.
They're getting them right now.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're setting up.
But someone put a fucking NPC that can shoot in the armistice zone in the area, so.
Yeah, I was
Free for net.
blocking one. I don't know where the hell it went. I had one
They
just running
confirmed
into
it
my
was
ship.
the Connie. They said it was.
Did you give them the name?
Yeah, yeah, I gave him the name. Yep.
This y'all over here.
Copy that. Okay, yeah, as long as they have the
Also-
name, they can report it to CIG.
If y'all are trying to save fuel, remember to actually turn your engines off or it'll continue to sip it away.
Yes, yeah.
Quantum travel calibrated by 05CR. Yeah, that's yeah, 05CR. Who the fuck's in the party?
Engines offline.
Who's Oscar?
They may be racers. Okay.
Beck's still flying in. We're trying to quantum over.
SCI has one member en route. Guys, I only see 8 people in the SRS channel. Is anybody having difficulty connecting to our comms channel? Or any of the other ones?
I'm there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 9 of us. Who's not connected?
I'm not in SRS right now.
You're not, Cowboy?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so
Okay.
I don't think I've gone through the setup with Cowboy yet.
I have SRS already.
Land on him.
Okay. What happened?
They're landing on the NPC
Okay,
to kill him.
that's good. That's really good.
Well, I'm fighting a lot of problems right now. I'm trying to work through it.
Okay. Say it. SCI. Say it.
Let's go.
Is there a way to turn that chat up? He's quiet.
Alright, everybody up in the
spinner up.
sky. 15 km, you said?
He did, yeah. He's giving us a
15
bearing.
km. We could just get to SCD, look at Eager, and then head 15 clicks from SCD.
Landing gear raised.
Or
He's giving us a bearing. Just sit tight.
Eager flats.
This way. Looks like you guys are facing that direction.
Now, are we supposed to use the white number above our reticle or the little yellow number on our MFDs?
I'm not sure what you mean.
For the bearing?
Like above your crosshair, there's one, and then on your radar, there's another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want above your crosshair.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that the radar works at all right now in this patch, but
The radar one is accurate. Like 270 is accurate-ish. But I would just go with the bearing on the above your crosshair.
Okay.
Do you end up getting a bearing for us or no?
no, I think we're still waiting on it. Standing by for bearing, Argo.
The Eager Flats?
Yeah, to Eager Flats.
Well, to where he wanted us positioned. No, not racers.
Okay, I just took a point to Eager Flats, so I'm just searching for it on the horizon. I don't think it's gonna work though.
You might be able to. You might have better luck if you target like an OM point between them, but I'm not sure how you'd figure out which OM point is between you.
Does anyone have global markers or locations? I don't have any currently.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what's killing me right now.
Negative from Squad 1.
I'm facing the wrong way for Eager Flats, though. Eager Flats is like that way, it looks like.
Write down JSDQML.
Another.
Roger, I'm hearing negatives from all squads. Stand by, working on a solution.
Is that another name?
Yep. They're gonna be using throwaway accounts to grief. So anything that looks like out of the ordinary name, I'm just gonna be throwing them out to you, and I want you to write them down.
Okay. JSDQML. JSDQ.
Someone just share a contract?
JSDQML potential bogey.
Don't call them out.
What's that?
Keep an eye on
Don't call them out.
He asked me to.
No, as I'm giving you names on the server, they're not actual visuals.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no visual. 721 DAN.
And that F8 is a pretty looking chip.
72A1 DAM.
Yep.
Squad 1.
What are they again?
Report on that bandit.
Yeah, no
negative.
visual. This is a bogey that may have connected to the server with a throwaway account.
Understood.
I do see white target out there. So I did.
So the guy that harassed us with the Connie is gone now off the server.
Okay.
JSDQML.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
And then what's the other one?
I'm just looking around. HS-1023-BN. I'm just looking for out of the ordinary names that look like they're from throwaway accounts.
JSDQML actually just said hello guys in global.
Yeah. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. Oh, 8QOQ8 is still on the server. That's all I have for now that look like they're from throwaway accounts. So.
Marker to all squads. We're trying to make a workaround with a box mission, but none of the markers there are working either. Stand by.
Do you want to take the role of comms?
Sure.
Rebound? Okay.
Who's in this F8
It
right
seems like
here?
you're already doing it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Who dis?
Me?
I'm just
that you?
keeping an eye on the global
What's
chat and
up?
who's in it.
I want one. I'm getting one at IAU if the ticket thing works.
Okay, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to treat Crusader as if it's Eager Flats, and that's going to be the mock racetrack. Racers, stand by. You guys will do your own thing. But security personnel, we're going to use Crusader as our waypoint. So, Squad 1, 15 kilometers from SCD-1, I want you to head towards Crusader and set up in a formation.
So
Squad
Copy.
2, I want you to go
that
in the
way.
same direction, but instead of 15, you're going 30. And then Squad 3, you're going 45. Everyone track?
Takeoff complete.
Roger.
I don't.
Okay,
Okay,
give me
Crusader, right?
Everybody, yes.
Who's
Everybody
in the
stay
C1?
where you are right now. Where you guys stay. Let me. Can you see my marker driving
Yeah, I
off?
can see you. Yep.
Let me know on 15 clicks out.
All right.
You're 9,
10,
10.
If he's
11,
harassing people, take
12,
him out.
13, 14,
Yeah, stop.
15K.
Okay, stopping.
You gotta come
Not
back,
you.
okay?
All right. Let me know when.
15-7, 15-6, 15-5, 15-4, 15-3, 15-2, 15-1, 15. Okay.
Okay, stopping. This is the closest we're gonna get. So
So
all
everyone
on
go
me.
past rebound a little bit. He's on like 14.9.
Well, it's fine.
We don't have to
Yeah.
be exact.
It's
Yeah.
basically
It doesn't. Yeah.
15.
It's
Yeah.
close enough.
Form up on rebound.
Well, guys, all I was able to get off the ground was a cutlass. You want me to show up anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of
Just
course.
practice anyways. It's
Right.
I should have went into nav mode. Contact. Where?
It's probably me locking onto you.
Oh, could be.
Bogey.
Oh my god. Cutlass
Looking
coming in hot.
on my radar. Radar is empty.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
I also heard the bogey sound.
Who else is? Who's not on site? Who is not at our mark?
Me, I tried to warp tail and it warped me into the planet. I'm busted right now.
Okay. Take your time, man. Take your time. There's no rush. It's just this is just a drill.
So
and
what we
obviously
found
know
works
there's
is
gonna be scuff.
route to SCD-1 and then try to jump to somebody there. Usually that lets it happen.
Yeah, so
it's
make
like-
sure you're routing.
The problem is there's no quantum UI. You can't see any
yeah.
markers.
Jump to people if you have it routed, because it'll technically jump you to the place instead of the person, even though it doesn't show the place marker. It's weird. Something
Squad
happened,
one
I
is
guess, when
on
we started
site
this.
-1.
We going for any kind of specific formation here? Or?
Negative. Just hold formation.
Yeah,
Should we be this high up, or we gotta be closer to the ground?
No, this high up for now.
I think this is a good mid ground. Yeah, we're not gonna. Most of what we're gonna run into are threats from above, and we're gonna be protecting down below. So
who is this? In the Scorpius.
That's me. That's Bex.
Oh, hello. You don't have a pip for me.
Yeah, I have pips for no one, so
that would check out.
What if a troll like bring out Polaris? How are we gonna deal with that?
if they bring out what?
A Polaris.
Hello.
A Polaris, and we're just gonna
I
pile
like the
onto it.
Scorpius. Can I
Oh
look
yeah,
around?
The thing
They're
is,
not
there's
that
no
tough.
Polaris right now, so
They're not that tough. Yeah, they can't right now. Yeah.
We're in PU still. Man, I want a Scorpius too. Thing's nice.
swing,
you
buddy.
want a lot of things, man.
I know. The F8 and the Scorpius are the two
You
ships
have
I want.
a gold ticket already?
I used a gold ticket. Does that mean it'll be available for me to purchase next time it comes up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I have one if anyone wants.
If for
I
some
would
reason it
definitely
didn't
like
work, I
one.
will take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I have several.
I want an F8.
They're $300 though. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they
shit,
fit in the
sorry.
Polaris, so.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Did
Sorry.
you shoot him?
Lord.
Yeah, I accidentally shot him.
Someone don't like Scorpius, huh?
I shot Bex. Hey, keep your guns clean. Sorry, that was a mistake on my part.
Weapons hold.
Yeah. I just thought I was in scan mode and I clearly was not. I've been scanning everybody just to get names popping up for when I do.
Oh shit! Hello.
Well,
Careful of
I
the
moved like
random.
2 inches to the right, and it was like, "Hello."
Yeah, I need
Let's-
to spread my gun, so I gotta go
we'll just
rearm.
we'll just sit pretty,
Should I?
nice and still. You're not going to be able to rearm at SCD. If you want to go somewhere,
was
go
able
to
to.
Eager.
I was
you
able
may
to.
you may be able to. I guess if nobody's sitting above the pad, then
Yeah,
you'll
I
be good.
rearmed there a few times for refuel.
Go ahead and check it out,
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Give us the report.
I don't even have. I can't quantum
Okay,
anyway.
be
anyways,
advised, everyone.
so
The
It's
Rangers
too
are going
close
to
to
go ahead and
quantum
start.
anyway.
They're going to try to
What, to Eager Quest?
eyeball it with their distances and the direction of the ships. We're going to run a skirmish on how the staggered lines are going to work for all of the squads. So squad 1, 2, and 3, you guys are set up in 15-kilometer increments from Shubin Mining. Nargo is going to go by in my F8, and I'm going to play the part of the racers. And for this first part, what we're going to do is we're just going to practice playing leapfrog. So I'm going to fly past Squad 1. As soon as I pass Squad 1, you are going to fly towards Crusader and set up... Oh, fuck, the moon is moving. You guys are going to fly past Squad 3, 15 kilometers from Squad 3, and that's where you're going to post up. I'm going to keep going in the line, and we're going to play leapfrog, okay? Does anyone have any questions about how that's supposed to work?
Affirmative.
So basically, he's gonna come meet us. We're gonna go meet the other
Okay.
guys, then the other guys are gonna meet
Squad
them, etc.,
4
etc.
and 5,
Gotcha.
You can't repair it.
BDF
No.
and
FCD1.
Servtech.
We'll be going
Are you guys all
15
set up?
km past the 15 km in front of us.
Okay.
So we're going
I
30
thought he said past
km.
group 3.
We're
Or is
no. So you look in front of us, you see those guys that are
Yeah.
15 km out. We're passing them. They're staying still.
Okay.
We're passing them, going 15 km, and they're gonna do the same to us.
Okay,
So
okay, I
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one person to stay
BDF is
with
set up,
the other group.
75 clicks away from SCD1. We thought we were doing 15 click increments.
Perfect. No, that's great. You guys did exactly what you needed to do. Thank you.
Just gonna get off plane
Okay.
a little with you guys. just in
So
case.
basically, what's gonna happen is when we go to Leapfrog, when we meet the second group there, which is CSF, I guess. One of us is gonna stay with that group to measure distance. Once we hit 15, call out, we'll stop, and you come to us afterwards. So who's gonna be the designated distance watcher?
I guess I can.
Okay.
All units, please accept that contract shared.
Oh fuck.
I did accept
Can you
it.
reshare contract, please?
Figgy,
Got
could you
it.
please reshare that contract?
I don't see a point for it. So.
Neither
Negative.
do I.
Be advised, SCI did not get a objective marker for that contract.
Why is my print screen not working? Hello?
Understood.
There we go. Can you hold the cuddy for 1 sec? I want to take a screenshot. Wait, let me move my camera a little bit. Can that top hornet come down a little, whoever's in that? Thank you. Perfect. Your landing gear's down, it looks like. Alright. Beautiful screenshot right here. Lovely. Let me go sauce that into our photo gallery. Hell yeah.
If we're using Daymar as a marker, they're off kilter.
I think it's because the moon is moving, or rotating
Yeah, it
or
is.
something.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Oh God. Who was that? Gorgas? Welcome back.
What?
As Bex.
Oh, Bex left?
I had
Bex,
a full
you have
PC.
Okay,
comms.
sorry everyone. It still looks like most folks don't have global markers, so we're still just going to end up using Crusader as our sort of point. The bearing from SCD-1 is 040. That's the heading that we're going to use. How copy?
Do you want to tell them that Crusader's moving?
We copy that.
Yeah. Heading is 040. Copy.
Nice.
Heading is 040.
Yep. Everyone's
Excellent. Okay. Nargo is going to start a slow flight following bearing 040. I would like the squads to try to leapfrog as I fly down the line. We're going to see how that works.
Okay. All right. We're counting on you, Darkness.
Oh my gosh, I landed back in my ship. What the?
So we're following the F8 that's gonna fly below us, right?
Yeah, it looks like we have someone coming in now, maybe? No, they're going away.
Okay.
Who is that?
There's a vehicle coming underneath us right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a vehicle? I can't lock it.
Is it underneath us?
Yeah.
Now it's getting
But it's
farther
going
away.
away. It
Yeah, it's
looks like
going
someone
away.
fell through the
Planet.
Yeah, it's further away.
Who's coming?
Are we
We've got a target inbound. The F8's inbound. Or we got a Cutlass Black inbound. Or Cutlass Blue.
Nargo, what vehicle are you in?
F8.
Nargo's in an F8 Lightning.
Roger. I just wanted him to confirm.
We're following an SCM, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're following an SCM and then leapfrogging the guys
The
in
next
front of us.
guys ahead of us, yep. Is BDF playing?
They're
bad
probably
guys?
out for again.
Yeah.
Be advised, Nargo's game crashed. Reloading.
No, that's
Did fall through.
Here, I'm gonna get a little lower than some of your Hornets because I feel like you guys are faster. I don't want to get rammed from the back.
Yeah, we can get a little bit. Now we got our family photo. We can put a little bit of
we
space
can
between us.
Put a space between us. Yep, let's do it.
I'm gonna
More
go
coverage
down
is
a little
better.
bit. All right, I went down like, I don't know, 50 meters.
Yeah, get some stagger going.
And keep
Yes.
your heads on a swivel. I'm sure Op4 has been paused for now, but we may have griefers. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. I do see his F8 there.
I'm trying to target
At the
lock
one
it.
low.
Yeah,
Yep,
6.4 inbound.
That looks like Cowboy.
Is that Cowboy?
I'm beside you guys.
No, that's him.
Yeah,
Scanning.
that's him.
I'm locking onto him that way I can see when he gets here. There we go.
So we
heading
flying with him in formation then?
Yeah, we're gonna actually fly in front of him, is my understanding. We're gonna fly in front of him and then leapfrog the guys in front of us.
Copy that. And then
Is this other inbound? Another F7?
Nice.
Be advised that may be Op4.
Nargos 4K.
He is pushing in
Who's this 2K marker?
from down below.
I've just outstretched towards our friendly target here. Okay, form up on me.
So I'm
I
staying
just
here,
crashed.
right?
You're gonna come with us until we meet the next group.
Full
Okay.
crash. Relaunching.
So we had 2 crashes already in this server.
Yeah, I crashed
There
earlier,
you
so-
are, Rebound.
You guys the ones flying low down there?
Yep.
Okay.
So basically,
no
darkness. Once you hit the other group here in 11 kilometers, you're gonna measure 15, and then we're gonna go from there.
Nargo's not able to get back into the server. Standby.
Is he not flying?
Someone want to ask him if he was
crash.
moving, because he was moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still?
I don't know. I don't see his marker anymore. I formed up on him. Did he go? No, I don't see him anymore.
He must maybe he crashed.
His ship disappeared.
Oh my God! Hello. Someone just flew right over my head.
I had a front row seat.
Scanning targets. Scanning targets. Got an
Yeah, I know, I'm
F8 in the air.
Yeah, I'm
That's
looking at it right now.
darkness.
There's another one up
Nope,
there.
never mind. That's not darkness.
Black
Who's this
Star
over here?
01 in a Carrick.
Oh, it's Steve right there. That's who I see. That doesn't have a marker.
Anybody whose internet and system are capable of doing it.
I found him.
share
He's here.
PRPs, that would be helpful.
Where is he?
Narg. He's over here.
I got the package now.
Yeah, I got him. Target on me. Or sorry, friendly on me. He's got his landing gear out. I'm
Yeah,
on him
but
right
he's
now. He's
moving slow.
He's moving.
He must have been moving forward when he crashed.
I lost you guys. I'm not sure where I'm at.
So this is
now.
kind of a solid protection op. We're just protecting him until he respawns back in, and then we escort him to the next group.
Yep.
Or past the next group, I should say.
Yeah, you want to form up on me then, guys?
I'm looking for you.
He's moving a little bit off of the target, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm also over here if you need. We're right behind him.
It may have kept me flying while
Oh, where'd he go?
He's still there.
Right in front of us.
Yeah.
Alright, all units, Nargo's game is crashing every time I try to join that server. I'm going to go ahead and call it here for the night. I'd like to have everyone please rejoin me in the Daymar Rally voice channel, and we're going to go over some documents to better explain the process and then take questions.
Alright, that's it. RTB.
Damn.
RTB.
Yeah, look at the servers waking up too. I got the objective markers now too.
I love
everything is working. Yeah, it's perfect.
You
said
Yeah,
like
right
bugs.
now, Nargo? Oh my god. It's fucking
No
dumb.
bugs, only features.
Thanks for a
Exactly.
good fight and good luck for you next time.
Right.
I couldn't even fucking jump to Daymar.
Yeah, there's no orbital markers anywhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's high difficulty what we have. currently.
This is extreme Star Citizen. You have to
It's
not
not
only
it's not the easy mode. You have to change it in the menu.
So the orbital markers exist, they're not appearing, because I can jump to Crusader, but there's no marker.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's a
Okay.
point for everybody.
I have not Star Citizen this hard in weeks.
Yeah, right. All right, everyone. So let's lock it in here. I'm gonna go over the concept here. Again, I feel like most people understand the concept fairly well, but for those who might still be confused or trying to understand what exactly the concept is, here is the rough plan, okay? So if you all tune into my stream, give it 10 seconds.
Our software over here.
You know what? He made some good points about how it really conveys messages. Okay. So SED, pardon my spelling, it is a mouse after all. This is the start, right? That's going to be the start. When people come in, I'm going to have Corsair establish a route. So what I mean by that is I'm going to say all racers have to go to OM1, and then to Shubin Mining. That way, OM1 is going to stay consistent to Daymar, at least it should, unless it's changed or I'm completely off with my mark. From OM1 to SCD1. That's going to allow us to set up a checkpoint after they go to SCD1. That'll be about 20 kilometers. We'll set up a checkpoint at that exit point, and we can scan people as they come in. As racers set up at SCD1, we're going to establish a perimeter around the SCD1 with Cuddy Blues and the QED net. And then anything that comes in from outside of this checkpoint is automatically going to be cleared hostile, right? So if they come in this way, then we shoot them. If they come in this way, then we shoot them. Only if they come in through this checkpoint do we give them the go-ahead. Once the race actually... Go ahead.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe OM1 is the North Pole, which would always stay consistently north, but if Daymar is rotating, then the travel, path of travel would change.
Orbital markers rotate with the planet. That's
Okay,
why
so
we're
like
able to
5 and all
use like a
that.
triangulation for finding locations. They stay with the planet.
Okay.
I didn't know if like 4, 5, and all the ones on the hemispheres actually.
Yeah. I'll do some testing to verify, but I think King Lee is right because we've used it a lot for various events and stuff. But no, it's a good question. Once the race starts, we're gonna have Squad 1 set up in all of these checkpoints. So Squad 1, Squad 2, and it's important to note that each platoon is 4 squads. So this is all one platoon, right? All of these checkpoints is one platoon. And that platoon is going to be overwatched, I guess, by either the Terrapin or the Polaris or whatever ship ultimately ends up being the command ship. Because the platoon lead is in charge of watching as the racers go by, and any threats that come in, it's up to the platoon leader to designate which squad engages. Okay? So the question is, well, what happens if there's a fight here, right? And it crosses the border into another platoon's territory. That is when this platoon leader, talks to this platoon leader and say, I'm handing off the fight, if it's practical to do so. The whole reason why I want to do this is because last year we had so many issues of communications breakdown. We couldn't understand who was engaging who, and there's a lot of friendly fire, and it was just a big mess. By utilizing this method, I am trying to compartmentalize it so that you know who is in your area, or you should know who's in your area. If platoon leader 2 here says, hey, we're being overrun, let's say there's 7 combatants and I only have these 2 squads and they can't handle it, then platoon leader 2 says, hey, platoon leader 1, I need some help. And that's when they can send over people. But only if platoon leader 2 says, hey, I do need that help. Because again, I'm trying to make sure that the platoon leaders know exactly who is in their area of coverage. Does anyone have questions about that?
Negative.
Okay. So, let's say the racers have moved past this area. Hell, let's even go any further. Let's say they move past this area. All right, the first checkpoint, Squad 1 here. Squad 1. You guys are going to move to either reinforce Squad 4, or you're going to get ready on the next checkpoint after Eager, right? The whole idea is you're going to start playing Leapfrog as the race moves along. And the idea there is that you will always have checkpoints along the race. Now, again, I understand that as the race goes on and they start to stretch out, that's going to become more complicated, and it's a direct question as to how many people we ultimately have, right? I understand that. That's one of the things that I'm kind of banking on when it comes to server meshing, but we're going to have to find out. If this strategy doesn't end up working purely because of the numbers, I'll figure something else out. But for right now, this is the plan. Does anyone have any questions about the leapfrog strategy? Okay.
I mean, all in all, so just to see if we're getting this right, all in all, you basically want to cover areas, as in, like, if I refer to football or soccer, as some people say, you cover an area instead of like dedicated, like covering a dedicated team, for example. Like we have two planes for a driver. So you want to cover with a strategy, you want to cover areas instead.
Correct.
All right, got it.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Just to clarify, Nargo, each squad is gonna like cover a 15 km section, and then when they push up, do they move up 30 km or do they move up 15 km, and then that squad that's already 15 km from them moves up 15k?
No. So if squad 1 here and squad 2, if the racers have passed squad 1 is going to go to
30k, right?
I guess that's a good question. What would be the best way to handle that? Because I don't want people bunching up. That's specifically what I'm trying to avoid.
I think
let's
what
say,
you said
sorry,
earlier
Nargo.
was a good suggestion, Nargo, is where if the racers pass a section for squad that squad 1 is defending, they would move to the next checkpoint that squad 1 would be assigned to after Eager Flats. That way we're not bunching up in a large number, but we can still move back if we need to reinforce.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so the original idea was just that. After the pass squad 1, you guys would completely move to the other end of the track.
Got it.
To your next checkpoint.
Roger.
And this is to prevent, so if we only move up, let's say, one squad area, then everybody has to leapfrog, which is a bit annoying. So you want always last squad, so where the drivers have passed, you want to go all the way to the front, right? To the checkpoint at the front.
Right. Correct.
In order to always have like 5 squads cover an area about like what 100 kilometers or something.
Yes.
So then for squad 1, how it would go is like as soon as the racers pass us, we would fly them to the second group, and then once they got to the second group, we go to the end of the track, and second group takes it to third group and continue that.
Right.
Okay.
So this would be squad 1, second. I can't
It's basically a relay.
It basically last in line goes to first in line.
Goes to first in line, right? So it leapfrogs the entire group of squads, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you going to have them fly right past the other guards, though? Because that's going to create a lot more traffic that they have to try to check out.
Not right past. Like, again, because this is a triangle, there's no reason why you can't go, take an alternate route, if that makes sense. You don't have to follow this track, right? If you are a squad, you can go in a diagonal, and maybe I'll even have you check in at was this Kudre or right? Maybe you can check in there or something like that. That's probably overkill, but yeah, there's no reason why you have to fly past all the other security. Or that could just be a simple radio up to your platoon lead, say, hey, squad 1 is moving to second checkpoint. Be advised.
So is there going to be like a time cutoff point for some of them, or?
Yes. Just like last year, the way it works is that after the third person crosses the finish line, right? The finish line? That's a terrible. After the third placed person crosses the finish line on your server, a 1-hour timer starts. After that 1-hour timer expires, that server is done, regardless of who's finished across the finish line. And that was directly because one year we had a whole bunch of teams try to run 100 kilometers or more, and it was absolutely asinine. I commend them for it, but it was still dumb trying to make that many people wait. Okay.
Plus the 6 hours waiting because they wanted to start all the servers at the same time, right?
Oh God, yes. I really hope they've learned a lesson from that, because that was painful.
Exactly.
One question to the OM1 marker. The racer in the last years often didn't use the order they got to follow the rules. I'm fear that some of the racers will not jump to Shubin mining from OM1. It's a hard order to kill them. If we scan them and see, oh, it's a racer, but he came from OM2 maybe, it's the order to shoot him.
So I'm gonna let largely that be handled on a case-by-case basis. If you know it's a racer, like you have the roster in your hand and you've scanned that person, you know it's a racer, obviously don't try to shoot them. But if you have no idea who it is,
and they're in a non-combat vessel.
Yeah, and if they're not in a non-combat vessel specifically, right? That's also another big giveaway. Don't immediately gun them down. But if you have no idea what that contact is, assume it's hostile and intercept accordingly. That's the attitude I'd like people to take.
All right.
Okay.
So we cross-check the roster. If it's not on it, we kill it.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I have one other question. The communication to the drivers last year was a bit. What wasn't helping the suicide divers basically was that during nighttime, the second vehicle, like the Hercules following the driver, basically had their lights on. Basically, they put death markers on top of their head while the A2s were suicide bombing them. And we were like, can somebody please tell the drivers to switch off their fucking lights? Not even the drivers, the plane that was the support plane, basically. So is there any way of communicating, like, air raid to the drivers so that they turn their lights off? That would help this defending against the suicide divers.
Right now, just based off of what I know about how the communication is going to be set up for Atmo, my best suggestion would be to radio up to your server lead and say, hey, have them do this.
Yeah,
because you as security don't want to hear what racers are saying. Guarantee it.
No, absolutely not. But just to put it upstairs, basically, and go like, oh, oi, turn off your death marker above your heads for 5 minutes while we sort the threat out.
Right, totally. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about any of this? Okay, great. Again, I'm so sorry. I know it's not my fault, but I am still so sorry that Star Citizen bugged out and we spent a bunch of hours just for prep and setup. Hopefully that gets better, and hopefully it's not a prelude to what server meshing will ultimately be.
Just to be clear, though, our policy is shoot first, ask questions later.
In most cases.
If they are, we double check, that, if they're not directly support team or the racer or security, we just, just shoot them and that'll be the end of it. Because now today, they're potentially, one of our team called out that, it looked like the one fella bedlogged and, that'd make it real easy.
Clear both of them actually bedlogged right there, both that Connie and that C1. After I flew up on them and circled them, they both landed their ships and bedlogged.
Good dang. Yeah.
They also had bullshit names too. Like one was literally just boob, and the other one was just a bunch of numbers and letters.
Yeah, we got both of their names written down for you guys if you want that after.
Yeah,
right. If you guys are looking for a general rules of engagement checklist, it goes as follows. Are they on the list? Yes, no. Yes, investigate further. No, shoot on sight. Are they in a combat ship? Yes, engage on sight. No, they're not in a combat ship. Investigate further, and then take it from there.
Where can we find a full roster of security and racers?
That will be generated much later, because
seconds before the race.
1 second before the race.
Yeah, like I would love nothing more than to give you guys accurate list on everything, but because the racers are absolutely terrible about following their registration rules and getting set up, I don't have that list usually until the day before. What we do is about a month prior, I have the preliminary list
Okay.
And then I will start to sign that by the server once we know how big the servers are going to go, to give platoon leads and squad leads the chance to familiarize generally with the bulk of the list. But I want people to understand that list will change up to the second of the race.
Do we have anyone who is going to be like playing basically ATC? Like, my concern is us checking names while also trying to watch out for each other, watch out for incoming ships, watch out for racers. Like, is there anyone who's going to be just sitting there going through names as they're asked questions and verifying? Is that possible?
Would that be the comms officers?
So that's something that I'm kind of toying with, having that responsibility lie solely on the platoon lead, or having the platoon lead designate a comm officer specifically for that. If the platoon lead finds that they have the bandwidth to cover that responsibility, then that's just one less person we have to allocate to a task that isn't a fighter role. But I understand the value of good communication, more so than last year, for sure. So we will have to play that one by ear. What I'll say for right now is that there's definitely a possible future where the platoon leads will be responsible for appointing a comms officer for the sole reason of keeping track of names.
I think that'd be the best way to do it, unless the platoon lead feels that they're able to take it upon themselves, and if not, then they have the ability to designate whoever they need to accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I know at least for a couple of folks it's pretty late, so I want to say thank you again for your time. We'll try again next week. Hopefully Star Citizen will be better, and we'll give it another crack. Next week, hopefully we'll have Op 4 as well. I didn't really have any Op 4 set up this time, so.
Got it. I got one small request. Could we do like a 5-minute just to make sure the squad leaders communication works with this SRS thing? I mean,
Yeah.
I familiarized myself with it. It's self-explanatory for the most part, but just to give it a test, give it a go that is set up correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, just hang back, and I'll jump in SRS with you.
I had a question too. So the vehicle approval request thing for the ships you don't have listed, how do we go about that? Like, do we get with you to set up like a arena commander game or something, or?
That's ultimately going to be the process, but in the category for the Daymar Rally 2025, there is a forum called Ship Exception Request. If you click on that, I have pinned a template. Copy that template, make a new post, and I'll see that post. And in there, it's just your name, ship you want to use, and next training session you'll be available. And then I'll respond to that and we'll set up something.
Okay. So how's it gonna work for ships that aren't necessarily good in a 1v1? So we were talking about the Saber Firebird. It's good flight profile and can missile spam, but it's not really gonna be good in a 1v1 arena commander.
Then I'll probably just test how well you actually read the profile, the road layout, and see where you can disengage and bring people back to the group.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play that one by ear. I don't like the idea of the Firebird because of how far away you have to get from your team. I really think that as soon as you start separating, getting away from your team. God, I can talk. Thank you. It's been a long day.
And in larger battles, the Firebird missile will not hit.
Right. With server desync, performance, and whatnot, I don't want to rely on missiles. That's why I like the Cuddy Blue, because it has a lot of missiles, but it doesn't necessarily only have missiles, right? It has other options. But if you're going to come to me and say, hey, my squad is built around this principle of having the Firebird, then we can talk. But only in that case. I don't want one-off Firebirds coming in, because again, now you're suddenly leaving your team behind. You can't defend yourself if you get cornered, and now your squad is down to teammate.
Yeah, I mean, with the stealth changes, I think all of the Saber-type ships are, viable just because of their detection range, but,
And they might be, but it's also important to remember that there's going to be at least one major patch between the Daymar rally and now, and things change all the time. So I'm keeping my eye on it, to be sure. Don't think that I'm not, but I like going with proven practices, if that makes sense.
Stealth is also good, less useful in a fight where they're not interested in us.
Right.
And being on camera.
There's a lot of variables that go into it for sure. But again, if you have a legitimate reason for it and you want to run it, I'm not going to say no just because I'm being an asshole. Come with me with a well thought out strategy and reasons as to why you want to run that, and I'll listen for sure.
Right, yeah.
All right, guys. Like I said, appreciate your time. I'm going to wish you all a good night, good rest of your day. I'm going to stay in this channel for folks who want to hang out with SRS and test that. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
Alright, see you next
Thank
week.
you all. Bye-bye.
Have a good one, Rhino.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, let's link
Peace
in
out.
boys.
Cobra Force, do the Cobra Force things.
Roger that.
You guys did fantastic. That was a really good look. Obviously there was some scuff there, which is going to be expected. But how did everybody feel about it?
Pretty good.
Well, it was certainly one of the servers of all time.
Yeah.
It was definitely the server of all time. Yeah.
You thought a fresh server would run the best.
I mean, it ran well. There were just no fucking markers anywhere.
Yeah.
The
It
thing
just
is,
takes
the
time
nice
to
thing
start
is that, well, the nice thing is that during the actual event, there's going to be people that are in the party that are literally just there to sit at the checkpoints and make sure that the racers go by. So we'll have reference markers for everything. We won't be going off of this. Hey, Darkness, go sit with the other squad and make sure we're 15 kilometers out.
Yeah.
Because that's that kind of scuff we have to kind of make up on the fly, right?
Funny. Should be exciting though. Got some cute family photos. Everyone was a little far away, but it still looks cool. It's scary when you don't want to run into each other.
But what did you all think about it?
Should be sick.
Like, what do you think about like the premise? What he talked about, all that
I
stuff.
think my
like,
biggest
how are
worry is
y'all
going to be
feeling about
how
it?
well the communication goes. Because if that communication goes well, it's going to be fucking great.
Well, it sounds like he's got experience putting together
Yeah,
stuff like this,
exactly.
so I've got confidence in the management.
Plus, already he's like a lot of stuff that he's bringing up from last year that didn't work too well that they have plans to change and already do better, which is great. So,
Dynasty, you and I had the same idea.
Yep.
I put mine in and then yours immediately overrid it. I'm like, well, that works.
That's funny.
Well, I didn't know they just give you a Polaris to fly. Okay.
They don't. Well, if you're wave one.
if you're wave
yeah.
one,
Yeah, well, I
Jinx.
didn't have an extra large hangar till now.
Yep. But yeah,
But I'm
everybody
gonna
else, like all y'all, are feeling comfortable about that.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't see everybody else had SRS set up, right? Corgis, you were already set up, yeah? I think you were one of the first to set
Yeah,
up. So.
I think the only person who wasn't was Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah, and I think he was muted in Discord before, so I'll just ping him on the side and get him sorted.
What did I miss?
The Daymar
The
rally.
Daymar rally.
Oh, okay.
We're
I was
over on
busy
Walkers of
fucking trying
Sigma.
to get to the PT.
We ran into an old friend there, G Flame.
Who?
Dyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
I'm gonna fly back to something, maybe Grimhex.
Was BDF at the rally too?
Yeah, they had 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Dyer rounded off their squad. We were the second largest squad there.
Only
with
by
9
one.
members. Yep, 9 members, and then some European org had 10. Yeah.
EU.
No offense.
But yeah, like we did really well. I was actually pretty happy with the amount of people that we had there this time around.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna head out for a bit. I'll see y'all later.
All right,
Thanks,
later.
Raina.
See you later.
Rebound, you want to chat real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Follow me.
Will do.
How the TSR just looks worse this patch.
I don't use it. I just use natural or native resolution.
Ooh, look at you, like rebound.
Alright, that's gonna be it for the stream for now. I'll probably start it back up as probably a little bit later to do some PQ shenanigans with the Polaris. We'll see. Till next time. See you.
Earlier.
I've
Yeah, we
had
got it second try.
2
Yeah.
servers